Hey guys, sorry I can't be in class today. Got a sick kid, so won't be able to be there. But I wanted to give you this kind of video summary of what we're doing in class, just so you kind of have an idea of what to expect for the rest of the week. And also, hopefully, so things today will go a little bit smoother, more smoothly, than normal. So, obviously, Mrs. Nearing will be your substitute today. And she's going to go ahead and pass out a grade sheet to you that looks something probably like this, okay? And this is just sort of like a brief snapshot of assignments for this week and next. Most of the work will be worth about 10 points apiece. The final 2 assessments will be worth 25 points. So I've got 12 different assignments here. The first one is listen to the audio of the text. That's what you're going to do today. And so if you're not here, then what you'll have to do is you'll have to, well, of course, if you're not here, then you're not going to, this isn't going to benefit you. But let's just pretend that you have to leave early. Then you're going to have to listen to the audio of the text on your own, watch the film. I also have this on podcast if you'd rather listen to that. And you're going to have to make sure that you understand what's going on. I'll have a set of questions that you'll have to make up, okay? And so for those of you tomorrow, you'll have a quiz at the beginning of class tomorrow, just kind of holding you accountable that you know what's going on in this text, okay? So that will be worth 10 points. Then this piece, here's a couple things about this piece. It's Letter from a Birmingham Jail by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And of course today is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I was reading through this piece over the weekend and I was just really touched by it. I had never read this piece before. This is a new piece for me. I'm sure we've probably read it in high school, but I don't think I apparently ever paid attention. But it's a really interesting piece. It's a moving piece, and I think it's really it's a very powerful piece. And the fact that it was just meant to be a letter, I think even it becomes more stunning to me and more powerful. Essentially, what happened is he's in jail, and he got involved in a very brutal protest in Birmingham. This is the protest which, if you guys have seen some of the footage and some of the pictures from the civil rights movement, this is the one where the police had the dogs and the fire hydrants or the fire hoses and were spraying children and women and men, and it was just a very brutal attack on the black population during this particular time period. And then they get arrested and all thrown into jail, which is just even more, it's just unheard of. And so he's in jail, and imagine how he's feeling, first of all. But then what ends up happening is the next morning the paper comes out, and he gets a copy of the paper. And his buddies, like his colleagues, it'd be like my teaching colleagues, came in and had all kinds of negative things to say about him and his movement, and that they shouldn't be doing what they're doing. And he's just, quite frankly, he's pretty torqued off about this. And he's just, I think he's pretty angry. But he's much more eloquent when he's angry than what you and I would be. I wish I could be as eloquent as he is when I'm angry. So I want you to really listen to this piece, because it's very moving. I have to share with you when I listened to it, and I actually read this piece aloud to record a podcast before I found this particular film for you guys to watch instead. And I have to share with you that I cried 2 or 3 times, because his words just, they are so moving. And so I want you guys to take this serious today. I don't want you to be on your phones. You guys are always really good about that, but sometimes I know you're playing those games, and I really want you to put that away today, and I want you to focus in on this piece. So if you could do that, make sure that you respect that wish from me. Okay, let me give you a purpose. So our essential question is, does 20th century American literature represent a fulfillment of the American dream? Focus questions. So this is why we're looking at this piece. This is what we're going to answer when we're done with this piece, okay? We're going to be looking at how does Dr. King craft language to develop a central idea and not only reach an audience, but mesmerize them. That's a pretty tough thing to do. We're going to be looking at how does a writer craft a text in order to develop complex ideas. Desegregation, black rights, civil rights. It's a pretty complex idea, isn't it? We're going to look at how he crafted language and crafted a text in order to sort of attack those previous thoughts. How does an author craft a text structure that will contribute to its overall structure and meaning? Okay, so how does the author create a text and structure, organize his thoughts that will contribute to the overall structure of the piece, as well as help create meaning, but in Dr. King's case, also create aesthetic impact. So the literature becomes a piece of artwork, essentially. It's an amazing piece. I doubt that it will move you to tears, but it certainly did me. So this is something that if you want to watch on your own time tonight, that might kind of help you get it, and I'll make sure that I've got the link address somewhere in one of the papers that you guys get sent home with you today, so you can do that if you choose. All right, so for today, you're going to watch this piece. This piece was created by a teacher, I think in accordance with a university professor and an actor. And what they did is he had this letter from a Birmingham jail. He was teaching it, and he thought, man, I got to bring this to life to show my students, and so he did. So that's what we're going to be watching today. So the man on the video is not Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., okay? It's not. Let me be very clear that it is not. It is simply an actor that has studied King, read this piece, and really tried to bring this whole situation to life so that we can really kind of look at it and critically analyze it. For tomorrow, we will finish this piece because you won't get through it all today. I'm going to teach you how to text map the print copy and identify the nonfiction text structure and nonfiction features. I'm going to introduce you how to use thinking notes, which is this right here, okay? Essentially, what you're going to do is you're going to take the letter from the Birmingham jail, which I have a copy of right here, and you're going to take this concept. These are thinking notes, and you're going to apply these to your thought process as you read it, and you're going to make sure that you annotate using these features. So that's going to be what we're going to do tomorrow. You will have homework tomorrow. You'll take the text home, and you'll read it, and you'll annotate using those thinking notes, because most of the day tomorrow will be me teaching you how to text map this thing so you can better easily read it. Then on Wednesday, we'll discuss what you've read. I'll hold you accountable. So that's, again, if you look at your assignment sheet, you'll notice that, that's one of your assignments that you have to take care of. We will also look at text structure and craft and discuss the central idea sentences on Wednesday. Thursday, we will dig deeper into the text using the question and formulating strategies that I've already taught you, which is factual, inductive, and analytical questions. Friday, we will identify the literary elements of the piece and talk about the aesthetic impact that Dr. King is so good at. The following week, so this is next week, this time next week, you will be assigned 2 analysis papers as final assessments. These assignments aren't going to just be assigned to you and it's not going to be me saying, hey, write a paper. I'll show you kind of how to do this, okay? The key then is for those of you that still have incompletes in class, man, you're going to be hurting, okay? So you're going to have to decide very quickly that you're going to take this class pretty seriously, because I am. It's not my back burner class anymore. I've caught up this semester, okay? So I'll be more than happy to help you, but you're going to have to put the effort in. And so this next message is for those people that still have an incomplete in here. Get it together, okay? That should have been completed last week. Absolutely should have been completed last week. So you still have time, and you're not going to have an option of getting out of it. Some of you have a D, and you're not going to get a D in here. You're going to prove mastery. And so you're not going to get off the hook. You are going to complete that piece. So you need to use your working lunch consistently and accurately so that you can get that piece done. Do not hand anything in to Mrs. Nearing. Do not put anything on my desk. Okay, you wait until I return, then you can give me your incomplete assignments, and I'll be glad to take them at that point. Those of you that might be gone sometime this week, I need for you to ask Miss Nerine, and she will give you the piece that we will be using for the rest of the week, which is this piece, and she can also give you this piece so you know how to annotate things. That is it for today. I should be back tomorrow, so have a great day, and thanks for listening to my video. Okay, bye.